What is up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? My name is Naomi. Welcome to House of Miscellania. It's Tuesday night. Time for a live stream. Hope you're doing well out there in the world, wherever you're at. I will start with my tools so people can filter in as they do. I am using a pen from Diamond Pen Pal. This one is the Satura pen. I love it. Nice and chubby sized. We enjoy that. In my multi-placer, I am using Earth Glow putty from Butterfly Effect Wares. And then in my single placer, I use Ghost from Diamond Painting Daily over on Etsy. You can find all of these on Etsy. And then I have a tray here from Ephemera 3D. This is the Deep 6. Love it. And then a tray here, just a trinket tray from Flower Designs. You can check them out on Etsy as well. All matching. Look at that. How pretty. Hi to everyone that is coming into the chat room. Hello, Elizabeth. Hello, Shannon. Hi, Diamonds and Stitches. Hi to Jen, Dawn to Dust Gems, and Glory. Welcome. The diamond painting that I am working on, I'll show you some views on this, at least just the part that I'm working on. This beautiful, look at, oh, down here is the dog's head. You can't see it right now. I'll show you in, a little while, but I am working on, this one is Dreaming with Wolves by Yume Art from Diamond Art Club. This one is in a 70 by 70 in square. It has 66 colors, and I am nearing finished with it. I'm enjoying it very, very much. Please tell me in the chat, what are you working on this evening? What you got going on? If you are diamond painting or crafting, what are you up to? I came up with a game tonight that we could play together about our most and least favorite artists and things having to do with artists in diamond painting. So I get to learn about your favorites and least favorites. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Trying to get my bottle of soda open. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome. So right now, I'm working on a Yume because if you are a member of the Discord, we have like monthly DP alongs just for fun. Nothing, with prizes or anything crazy. But we are doing for this and next month a Mrs. Butter May, which is Yume or Mrs. Butter D, whichever you feel like diamond painting. A lot of people are working on those anyways for like drills and chills or the spooky fall DP alongs or other, like sorts of things going on. But I like to provide something that is, it doesn't just have to be fall, although we have a fall DP along going on in there too. So it works out well. If you are not a member of the Discord and you would like to be, throw my pen, and you would like to be, there is a link down in the description. And if you would not mind, please do not forget to boop that like button on your way in the door or on your way out the door if you're leaving. Though I'm sad, don't leave. Let's hang out. Nobody's talking in the chat. What are you guys working on tonight, you quiet people? I know what will help. Hold on. This always gets people chatting. One moment. Just a second. Get some. Oh, look at who I have. Oh, she's got foamy chin. I don't know what's going on with her foamy chin. She was sitting there just like making smacking noises with her mouth. This is Sugar. She's my Chihuahua. She hasn't done anything to be shamed for yet, so I just thought maybe I'd put her on and she could say hello. This and That Creations by Val. Hello, Val. Welcome, welcome. That's my Sugar dog. Working on fall spider. Ooh, okay. Fall spider. Shannon is diamond painting. Hello, Shannon. Yeah, that's my pups. She's a sweet girl. Obnoxious because she's a chihuahua, but she's sweet. I have 3 dogs. One is my chihuahua, for those who don't know. Another is my border collie, Bowie. She's actually a mix, but you'd never know it looking at her. You'd just think, oh, that's a border collie. Um, and then I have a Great Pyrenees, and his name is Beans. And hopefully he will be quiet tonight, but we'll see how it goes. Where's my edge? There it is. There it is. And if he's naughty, then Dustin gets to take him away. That's Dustin's job. Wow. Looking to do the job early. One second. Relax, dude. That's my Great Pyrenees. He's like, I heard my name. I'm gonna need somebody to tell me about myself real quick. He makes a lot of mouth sounds. It sounds scarier than it is. I will work on Leah's garden soon. Ooh, okay. Very cute. Sugar extortion. Honestly, she needs a little extorting sometimes. I mean, I feed her and, give her a warm place to sleep underneath me at night. So I figure she owes me, right? Isn't that how that works? What are you going to put him on your lap, Dustin? He did not want to sit on your lap. I mean, I I can understand the thought process behind not wanting to sit on your lap as a giant dog, but he would sit there if you weren't in it. He'd be like, this is my space now. Anyways, excuse me. So like I said, I have a game that we can play and you guys can play along or you can be silent if you want to be, whatever you're doing with your Tuesday night. Is fine with me. I'll answer the questions regardless, so it'll all work out. Um, but again, it's around artists, and yeah, you're probably gonna hear answers you've heard before. However, I will try to supplement with answers you have not heard before because, I mean, most of you already know which artist is my favorite artist, but there's others too. I've got other artists to pull out of the bag here. Hey, what's up, calf? Sitting here at the park waiting for my kids' soccer practice to get done. Oh, fun. I never had to do sporty things when my kids were in school. My oldest did a lot of musical theater and like show choir and stuff like that. So orchestra, that sort of thing. Um, but never really had to go and sit at like sporting things. Sports ball was not something I dealt with. I think, you know, there's probably a certain measure of fun to be had in watching children beat the crap out of each other at football or what have you, but um not something that I really had to deal with. Musical things, although there is a special torture in listening to like sixth graders try and play in an orchestra together. It, yeah, that's its own special brand of hell. If you are a music person yourself and like you have any sort of like sense of pitch, ugh, Yikes, man. Weird for me. Never been into sports. He does band and theater. Oh, nice. So see, you got a little mix. That's always good. But yeah, there is definitely something special and torturous about listening to children try and make orchestra music, or even band for that matter, music together in like the sixth grade, the middle school. I mean, and like high school, they're getting better. Although my oldest was also in the like in a college chamber orchestra, so getting to hear like college aged kids who they're not just there because they're looking for a free credit or whatever, like they actually want to be there. They've definitely put out some really, really good music. And it was nice too because it's not just like, I don't know, Pachelbel canon in D. They're also playing contemporary music. And yeah, some choir teachers and orchestra teachers have started to incorporate more modern music, or even, like oldies to the kids, which is like 80s and 90s music, which of course, in turn makes me feel like an ancient person. But it's it can be good too. It can definitely be good. And then when you're like show choir level, at least those kids like they have to audition to be in it. It's not just again a bird course where you're going to fly right through it and get yourself a good grade so that you get your credit to graduate or whatever. Like the show choir kids put a lot of work into it. Hello, darling. I love you too. Noelle, what's up, ladykins? I'm relieved for you that you got your Morales on its way to you. Sounds like most of the people who were waiting on Love Tessie were able to get it, which is good. I know that was nerve-wracking for some people. It's weird, like mine arrived on Wednesday, so I don't know how they decide how to ship orders or whatever out of the DAC warehouse. Meh, no clue, but I know that was a problem for some people's. Okay, so like I said, I have a little questionnaire type game ready for you guys that I have set up, and I figured you guys can answer some questions with me if you like to, while you're diamond painting or watching soccer practice or whatever it is that you're doing. Hello, Tigger. Hello, hello. Okay. So, question number 1, and this is going to be of no big surprise to anybody when I answer, at least if you've watched my channel in any kind of length. It's who is your favorite artist to collect diamond paintings from? Who is your favorite artist to collect diamond paintings from? And okay, so a good plug because in December and January, I will be running an event called Mary Morales, Merry, uh, as I absolutely adore Margaret Morales's works. That was the easy answer, right? But I also have some pretty, decent, I would say, sized collections from other artists as well. Um, I have pieces, several pieces by Chrisabug. I really enjoy Chrisabug, and I feel like I've almost got as many Chrisabug pieces as I do Morales's, honestly. Tigger doesn't have one yet. Noelle, come on now. Yep, Noelle's answer is going to be Margaret also. In fact, I think that that's how a lot of us ended up connecting, was on our love for Margaret. It's how we ended up with a lot of new people in the Discord also, because after Mary Morales, people were like, I'll go check out the Discord, hang out with these weirdos. And yeah, we all kind of connect on our love for Margaret. Not everybody, of course, but a fair number of us. I also besides Chrysabug and Margaret, I collect, I've got several pieces by Bear Brick Gia, who's another really fantastic artist. Um, Theron Yumi Lusted, who you can find at, I know she's at Bella, and I'm pretty positive that she is at Diamond Art Studio UK, possibly. I really enjoy Christine Karen. I really enjoy Camilla de Erico. I have a lot of artists that I wouldn't say that I collect them in the same way that I collect Margaret, maybe Camilla, because every piece that she's put out, I've pretty much purchased. I don't have Rosia, wish I did. I'm gonna have to try and maybe find that in D stash someday. But I don't have Rosia, but I have everything else except for the axolotl that she put out through Diamond Art Club. She's not signed with anybody else though, so what can you do? I actually joined during Margaret Morales event and fell in love with your content. I felt home. Oh, thank you, Tigger. Well, listen, it's okay if you love Margaret too. You can throw on your love for Margaret if you want. Everyone is welcome. Even if you love Lorenz. I'm not gonna judge. There's some Lorenzes I like too. Okay, let's see. Question number 2. What's your favorite piece by Margaret? I can't. That's like, who's your favorite child? Um, Ouch. Honestly, I've seen some pieces that I had never seen before. In the last couple of weeks, I went on this weird, like, rabbit hole deep dive and ended up finding Margaret pieces I'd never ever seen. As far as diamond paintings, like ones that are already diamond paintings go, uh, I think Satura is always going to hold a special place for me. I'd really love to collect more of the Jamushkas one day. Yeah, girl. Yes. Um, I but yeah, I think Satura is probably, I don't know, it's so hard. I really love literally all of them, but I think Satura is going to hold a special place for me for a while, at least until I complete the diamond painting, because all of them are great. I love Chroma. I love Ajasai. I love all of them. I don't think that there's a piece by Margaret that's been released anywhere that I haven't fallen in love with. So, yeah, all of them. Spring Awakening. Ooh, okay. What about you guys? What's your favorite Margaret piece if you have one? Spring Awakening is a good one. I do love that, especially with Spring Awakening, that it's a different color palette than you'd normally see with Margaret. And there are some other pieces out there that definitely reflect the idea of a completely different color palette. Like Onahime feels like a break out of the kind of pinks, purples, blues, and greens that she tends to stick around in. Dark Lilith, grabbed you tight. Oh, understandably, that one's gorgeous too. But again, it falls into that like kind of blues, purples, blacks, of course, because it's got dark colors in there too. Uh, but yeah, I feel like Onahime is a special one though, because she's like a kitsune, a fox girl. And if you're not into Japanese lore or anime, that sort of thing, Onahime might not be, the piece for you. I love Spring Awakening because it's this kind of crossover between Demeter and Persephone. It's kind of supposed to be both. Although Noelle discovered first that Margaret actually has a Persephone piece. I have a mighty need for that one. Because again, it's out of the color palette. It's greens and reds and ugh. Night Melody is beautiful. Ajasai, gorgeous. Yeah. Night Melody is a really good one. A really, really good one. I've always loved moths and butterflies anyways, so you know, it's a winner regardless. Okay, let's see. So, following along, what's your favorite Camilla de Erico piece that you've seen or worked on? All of them, but uh let me show you through a couple in my book here, and then you'll know. If you don't know who I'm talking about, then you'll have an idea. Here's Ajasai. So beautiful. Beans, really? I'm not allowed to say Ajasai. Off limits, he says. Okay, let's see. Looking for Camilla de Erico pieces because I've done a few of them. I know which one already is my favorite that I've done, but trying to find them. Okay, this one is my favorite one that I've worked on. It's called Heidi. And it's almost like she's got a three-headed chimera, but there's three-headed dragon on her head with these feathery wings, which is why I thought chimera. And then there's butterflies. Loved working on Heidi. But I've also worked on Foxy Lady, which is, I love Soul of the Storm too. I haven't worked on it, but that's Foxy Lady. Man Eater is great. I mean, they're all wonderful, honestly. All of them. But I think Heidi was my favorite one to work on. Don't you at me, sir. Which artist's work do you wish every company would license? Okay, so about that. All companies are not created equal, one. And two, I feel like when an artist is licensed at multiple companies, the market kind of starts to feel flooded. And then it's either A, hard to keep up monetarily with an artist that you really love, and B, I kind of sort of get sick of seeing them, right? It doesn't, there's no like sense of anticipation if an artist is at every single company. You have Soul of the Storm, Tigger? Yeah, it's a good one. It's a real good one. I love the message that it gives me. But yeah, I don't think that all diamond painting companies are created equal. And so, like, I love Margaret, right? But I wouldn't necessarily want her to go somewhere other than DAC because their renders at DAC are top notch. Beans, sir. Just a second. Here. We'll quit touching his feet. Maybe he doesn't like that. Um, yeah, I don't think that there's any artist I would want to see at every diamond painting company because like yeah, they're not created equal and um I'd probably get tired of looking at them. Even Margaret to a certain extent. Charla Jarlius? I'm not familiar. I'll have to let me write that down so I can look her up later. Charla Jarlius. Charla Jarlius. Okay, I'll look her up. Later on, I'll look it up and see who that is. I have noticed that what's her Jasmine Beckett Griffith, she like essentially put all of her works out on the like open market or whatever, where the licensing is open so that anyone can license basically any of her pieces for free. And she doesn't I don't know if she takes a royalty from that or how that works, but um, I've seen a lot of Jasmine Beckett Griffith everywhere. Not sure how to spell it. She's an AI artist who does Kirby Girls. Oh, okay. Isn't she currently with the one with the diamond art? Am I thinking of the right person? Perhaps not. I don't know. Okay, next question. Who's your favorite fantasy style diamond painting artist? Oh wow. There's a lot of really good fantasy out there. A lot of really good fantasy. I think Geneva Bowers has a very special eye for color. And so I really enjoy her fantasy work. I think Christopher Lovell, his is more like dark fantasy, but I really enjoy Christopher Lovell's fantasy work as well. Um, who else? Uh, Trying to think of like other artists or even other businesses. I love Femke Deborah's Mermaids. I think they're wonderful. That's over at Muni Made. Um, Anybody else I can think of right off the top of my head? Not immediately, but there's a few to go off of at least. Uh, really great fantasy artists. Although one that is not licensed with any diamond paint company at the moment, who is a wonderful fantasy artist, is and used to be with Lazy River Crafts, is Amelia Leonard. And then one that's never been licensed with any company is Rebecca Guay. Both fantastic watercolor artists. I love watercolor anyways, but love their stuff. You just enjoy Christopher Lovell. Hi, Mel. Yes. Ooh, Dakota Dateweiler. That's another good one. You're right, though. Christopher Lovell is a yummy, yummy snack. Plus, he's British. Well, he's Welsh, but close enough. European, right? But he's Welsh and he has an accent. And if he could just read me books, that would be great. I'd just take a book reading. That'd be cool. Hello, hello. Who's your favorite fantasy artist, Melissa? Who is it? I missed one. Hate when I miss one. Beans. He is exceptionally bitchy tonight. I don't know what his problem is. He's very dramatic this evening, complaining about life generally. Are you eating something? Maybe that's his problem. Are you sharing with him? Because maybe that's the problem. He knows the rules, that he has to just sit there and watch you eat. Geneva. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. Let's see. Let's see. Who's your favorite artist for bright, colorful canvases? Mrs. Butterdee. Hands down, I think that Mrs. Butterdee or Buttered, I don't know how people say it. I say Mrs. Butterdee. If you call her something else, then whatever. But um, I absolutely love her use of bright, just poppy colors, fun subjects. Doesn't it usually get a ride and a cheeseburger? Yeah, yeah. Tigger said usually gets a ride and a cheeseburger during the live stream. We went to Chipotle, and I think he's mad he didn't get more steak. I didn't share because I'm not a very good sharer with my food sometimes. So I think he's a little bit salty about the idea that he didn't get any steak. Plenty being the one bite that you gave him? Oh, you gave him 2 bites. Excuse me very much. You're right. He got plenty of steak. I'm sure he's so grateful for his 2 bites of steak. Yeah, Bright and Poppy, I definitely gonna have to go with Mrs. Butterdee. Uh, very bright, very fun colors. I love that each of the pieces also kind of has its own color theme, like a colorway, like which bedroom is very pink. Catch Me also has kind of a pinky lavender kind of vibe to it. There's a lot of yellow. I'm into it. Mel says, "Hi, Noelle. Everybody's so quiet tonight. There's 17 of you. Are you hitting the like button? Are you remembering? Are you remembering to boop that like button? Do it. Do it. I'll leave that there to remind you. uh, yeah, I don't know. Do you guys have a favorite for bright, colorful canvases? My chair is exceptionally squeaky. I'm going to say chair and squeaky, and I came up with square. My square is creaky. Yep, it is. I need some WD-40 for my chair. I also need it to be a little higher up. I feel like I'm sitting on the ground, even though I'm not. Maybe a little higher. In the seated sense of the word. You did? Doing dishes. One of my least favorite chores on the planet is dishes. I'd rather like buy paper everything and never have to do dishes ever again, honestly. But I can't put that much waste into the planet. I can't bring myself to do it, so I make the kids do the dishes. I do the dishes sometimes still. All right, let's see. What's your favorite artist for moody gothic canvases? Um, I really enjoy Curtis Reikovich. I haven't done any of the newer Dreamer Designs canvases yet. My plan is to eventually get there. But I really do enjoy Curtis's work. Christopher Lovell, again, Ennis, Ennis, however you want to say her name. I say Ennis Guerrero. Uh, love, I love the darkness in them. I don't always love the blood. I think Sarah Richter also does a really, really lovely job on her kind of darker fantasy stuff. Who else? There's a lot of really good kind of dark there. Oh, ooh, Enna Morte. Enna Morte has some really fun, darker fantasy type gothic romantic pieces as well. I have several of hers, Enna Morte's works. Enjoy those. Hi, Abby. We're playing most and least favorite artists things. Join us. I just asked who is your favorite artist for moody gothic canvases? Christopher and Ennis. Hey, girl. Hey. Like, hey, girl. Hey, 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 girl. I like your boot. Um, I don't tend to buy a lot of dark, moody, gothic type canvases, mostly because I have trouble with the color palette. I do. I'm a sissy for a dark color palette. I get scared and I run away. They don't have many works by her anymore. But one artist that I miss seeing works from is, I think it's, hold on, let me not butcher her name. Nope, gotta go way back. Way back. Sylvia Strike. This is one Sylvia Strike piece, which isn't dark and moody, but one that I have right here, a Chemi. She was dark and moody. I loved this one, Sylvia Strike, and I don't see any of her stuff at DAC anymore. You're going Ennis? I would say Ennis, even though I've only bought one of hers. That's fair. Like I said, I can't do the dark palettes, man. It's hard. Which artist is your favorite for landscapes and scenery? I feel like there's not very many Sandra Bergerons that I haven't enjoyed. And so Sandra Bergeron is definitely one that I yeah, I love that. That's who I'm going with for my landscapey pieces. And I don't do them often, so you know, if an artist has pieces that consistently catch my eye for landscapes, then they got to be pretty decent. So, yeah, Sandra Bergeron. Although I have also found a couple few Abraham Hunters that I really enjoy. Pinson. Hello, welcome back, Stephanie. Had to make my frappe. Huh. And you didn't make me one? How rude. I don't actually drink too much like fraps or anything like that. I like a hot drink. Like when I'm drinking coffee, I'm generally drinking it warm in some fashion or another, or I like tea. I will drink a cold coffee drink, but generally I like it to be tea and I like it to be hot. Yeah, you have a ninja slushy. I don't know what that is. Is that a machine? The ninja? Is that a machine? I think I'm correct in assuming that's a machine. Unless a ninja slushy is a thing that I'm just not aware of, which is also possible because I'm blissfully unaware of a lot of things. You work 10:15 to 6:45. Gross. Yuck, I'm sorry. Beans. Beans. What? What are you complaining about, sir? Yeah? And then what happened? You have nothing more to say on that? Okay, fine. Just whining, I guess. Yeah? Boo. Goodness. Hold, please. Oh, we move. Oh, we move. Come on. Lay down. Lay down. No, you can't be on my lap, okay? Do you see his nose? Hold on. There he is. That's my Pyrenees. This is Beans. He's got a big old head. He's got a big old head. Moody dog. And we keep him on a leash when he gets loud because it usually helps him quiet down. And then I like wrap it around my leg like this. And then he yanks me away and it's a good time. Oh, dog. Oh, let me fix that. There we go. There we go. Okay, lay down, buddy. Lay down. Whiner. You wimpy kitty baby whiner. Would you stop hot breathing on me, please? Goodness. He's all hot breathing on me. Right on my canvas, on my hand, on my leg. It's amazing. I'll take your word for it. The ninja. I don't have room on my counter for machines, okay? I wish I did. I would do probably more blending things, like blended drinks, or like air frying or whatever. Like I can barely fit a toaster on my counter. In fact, like when Dustin and I were talking about if we could change things about the house, what would we change? And one of the knows my face while I'm diamond painting beans. One of the things we talked about was like we would love to redo the kitchen and like knock down the wall between the like air quote dining room, which we've turned into just a second family room. He might need to go to the bathroom, Dustin. I don't know, because he's acting weird. Can you take him? Please? Because he's not generally this whiny. He may need to go deuce again. I don't know. He deuced earlier, but it was only the one time, so I'm assuming he's due for a second or something. Due for a deuce. Hello, Missy. Yeah, he's a cute boy. Look at him. Cute boy. Hello, Beans. Hello, Beans. Hello, Beans. He looks so much smaller on like camera, but if you could see his head next to my head, he's ginormic. Yeah. Dad's gonna go change into real pants, okay? And he'll take you for a deuce. Goofy dog. Goofy dog. He's a good boy. He's a very good boy, though, most of the time when he's not barking in my face. Oh, clunk. There we go. But yeah, I wish I could fit more appliances on my counter. I'd love to be able to like knock out a wall, make the kitchen bigger, have more space in there for cooking and appliances, you know, whatever, but you take what you can get sometimes, and that's what we could get was the size of the kitchen that we have. All right, let's see. Next one. Which is your favorite diamond painting by Mandy Manzano? Oh, I own a Mandy Manzano. It's called Elizabeth, and it's QE1, Queen Elizabeth I, specifically because it reminds me of my Ren Fair days. I worked at, performed at, directed at, acted at, you know, sang and danced and whatever at the Renaissance Fair for about a decade of my life. Shaped me in a lot of different ways. And so that one is a favorite for very sentimental reasons. There are lots of Mandy Manzano pieces that I enjoy. My daughter stole one of my diamond paintings, okay, and worked on it. Show you. It was a Mandy Manzano. See if I can find you a picture. And I was actually kind of jealous that she ended up working on it because It was a piece I enjoy by Mandy a lot. Where in the heck is the picture? Where's the picture? It's probably way back here. Perhaps. Dang it. Where is this picture? Ah, here it is. Rapunzel was also a Mandy Manzano piece that I loved, but my daughter was obsessed with Tangled. And so I think that's probably why she ended up taking it and working on it. It was around also, so I probably would have gotten it done in like 2 days. Child of Heaven. Ooh, that's good. Fathoms Below, the first big canvas I worked on, and it looks great. Oh, very nice. Yeah, there are some really good Mandy Manzanos. And I mean, I I like the princess panels. I own one of them. And it's not even my favorite princess, but it's a princess panel that I enjoy. Which is Snow Queen for Elsa. And that one I enjoy because I used to do princess parties and I was Elsa and my daughter was Anna at a princess party. So I have some good memories wrapped up with that too. Done a lot of weird jobs, you guys. I don't even know what to tell you. Like if I could list off all the different types of jobs that I've had in my lifetime, you'd be like, how is that even possible that a person has done all those different kinds of jobs? A little of everything, I tell you. All Dogs Go to Heaven or Child of Heaven. I don't own any, but based on her collection at DAC, those speak to me. Fair. Fair enough. Okay, let's see. What's your favorite hidden gem artist most people don't know? Um, famous, my favorite hidden gem artist that most people don't know. That's hard because so many, so many of us connect on a lot of the same likes. And so a lot of the artists that I've heard of through other people, or I've discovered and then other people kind of fell in love with because, I featured them on my channel or whatever. So that's a hard one. I think I'd really love to see more of Amelia Leonard in the diamond painting community. I know she was at Lazy River Crafts. She lost her husband tragically to a very rare form of brain cancer. Um, the end of last year slash beginning of this year. And so she's kind of been taking an understandable hiatus. And so I'd love to see her make a return to a diamond painting company somewhere. And I think that that's one of the ones that I think also more popular now because she's at multiple shops is Ultramar. Ultramar is another of my favorites that not a lot of people have heard of or own pieces by. Let me see if I can find you the Ultramar piece that I did. Um, this piece here is by Ultramar. It's called Loto Lunar. Love this piece. If you've watched my stash video, I own one piece by Amelia Leonard. It isn't the piece that I had hoped I'd end up with, but I got it from a D stash and I wasn't gonna turn it down, Um, but she's one that I'd love to see make a return for sure. Tell me about your artists that maybe not everybody's heard of that you like from. Oh, Mariella Rinaldi from she is currently at Mystical Dream Diamond. She used to be at Art and Soul. She's another that I really enjoy. A pop artist. What do you got? Anything? Um, who's your favorite artist for animal diamond paintings? Oh boy. Hi, Jamie. For animal diamond paintings, I don't buy them. So I guess, is that Hunter? Is he the one that does the animals? And I'm not talking like animals like a bear crapping on a toilet or a freaky Bigfoot or a cow in a bathtub type animals. Um, that's just not my thing. I mean, sorry if that's your thing. I apologize. I'm not judging you, maybe a little bit, but um, I don't know. Who does the animals? I mean, the Lorenz birds are fun. Sugar? Uh-uh. Stop. Young lady. Young lady. You stop it. Puffy Gator. Oh, there you go. Puffy Gator's fun. Um, I like the I get I mean, yes, I know she has other kind of animal artwork, but not really my scene. Uh Christina Six Leaf Clover Yen has some like furry art. Uh but I like her dragons. Her dragons are cute. Dragons and Beasties does some cute dragons, but are those animals? Kettner? Yeah, Kettner has other things, not animals. Peggy Collins. Yeah, I guess Peggy Collins has some animals with the like stained glass look to them. Yeah, there's some good ones. I don't really work on them though. You know what I mean? I do really enjoy Prindle's horses, although I like I don't have any Prindles right at the moment. I would diamond paint a Prindle. Absolutely would diamond paint a Prindle if I had a Prindle to work on. I don't know that I could like justify the cost of purchasing one, but if I had one to do, I would work on it, if that makes sense. Yeah, Puffy Gator's good. Those are cute. Very cute. It's like animal but fantasy, and I like that. Um, who's your favorite artist for abstract or modern art? I think we know the answer to that for me. Um, and one moment, Allison says Tom Wood. I think that's his name. I know the last name is Wood. Oh, for animals? That's not one I'm familiar with, but again, ooh, bumped you, sorry. But I don't do I said I don't really do animals. You could be right. No clue. Um, for abstract, color out of place, hands down. I really, really, really enjoy color out of place. Anything basically that they've put out, I've really, really enjoyed. I haven't purchased everything. Like I didn't buy Island of Time. It was just too much like a landscape that was just weird colors for me. It wasn't what I traditionally love about color out of place, so it wasn't what it wasn't something I purchased, but Dustin really liked it, and he was like, "Why didn't you get that?" And I was like, "Well, because it wasn't something I was really interested in diamond painting." He's like, "Well, but I like it." Okay, then you buy it. I'll diamond paint it if you buy it. But if I'm gonna pay my money for it, then I better want to work on it. Yume has been doing some abstract pieces that I will immediately buy if they come to DAC. That's fair. Jamie's color out of place. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's not a slam dunk every time with color out of place, but they they do a really good job of uh staying in my wheelhouse, you know. And it's more or less just, what Diamond Art Club picks to feature by them because there's some pieces that I feel like are a little more traditional than abstract, and that's okay. What is Dak's surprise tomorrow? Allison, I don't have any idea. There have been some fun little conspiracy theories. Um, you know, would I be surprised if it was like a big old Halloween like drop the same way that they would do their anniversary or things like that? I would not be surprised at all. Um, but there are theories circulating that it could be like a Halloween Christmas or, you know, that it could just be a regular week and they're just yanking our chains again. I'm with Jamie on the poles of color looking like a fingernail. Once I saw, I could not unsee. Oh, okay. Yeah, Abby, tell us what you think about what Dak's going to do for tomorrow or whenever. Their big surprise. Tell us your theory. Abby's always got some fun theories. Abby's Abby's usually pretty good about her theories though. She gets a lot of it right. I'll tell you that much. Don't sleep on Abby's conspiracy theories cuz a lot of times she has some good intel or good instincts at the very least. What you got for us, Abby? She's typing, I bet. It's a long one. Unless she walked away and now has no idea why we're asking her to do something. Abby, where are you hiding? With their latest comment, I smell a mystery box. Boo! Abby's a super sleuth. Yep. Abby, super sleuthing. Hey, depending on the cost, I could maybe almost scrape together for a mystery box, though. Maybe. Because so help me, if they put another freaking. Nope, not going to even say it out loud. Not going to will that into existence by saying it. Not going to do it. Plus, I think everybody would come for me if I said it and then it happened again. Like never before seen. Abby says last year they did 18 new releases. I would say about the same, although since they've kept us waiting, maybe 25. Dak said you have to be fast tomorrow or you'll miss out. Well, I mean, are they going to give us any idea about what it is that we could be fast for? Because I mean, as of right now, we're still in the dark, right? We still don't know. So be fast at question mark. Cool. Where did this go? There it is. Can't be fast at what I don't know what I'm being fast for, you know? Nope, I'm not. I'm not going to put it into the ethers. I'm not doing it. Thank you, at Abby, for always super snooping. Abby, super sleuth time. All right. Next question. What is your favorite artist rendering? Nah, we'll skip that. What's your favorite Disney inspired licensed artist kit? Favorite Disney inspired or Disney licensed artist kit? Oh man. I really enjoy is it Mari 945? Wait, hold on. A second. Who's the artist on this one? Hold, please. Just a minute. I gotta open it up and look at it because I don't remember the artist name. Where's the artist name? Oh, here we go. Anki Moore. Okay, so Anki Moore has a series of diamond paintings that are the Disney princesses. This is Mulan. Obviously, it's called Honor the Masses. And I love Anki Moore. I love, love, love her Disney inspired pieces. Um, and I need more of them. But Mari 9945, Mari something over at Jada Gem Shop also has some very, very cute pieces of like Disney princess inspired art, and I really like those too. Um I think it's Mari 945. Almost positive. They also debuted Disney during the Halloween drop last year, so maybe debuting a new license. Lots of ghost emojis being used. Ghostbusters or Casper? Question mark, says Abby. Mari 945 Meg. Yes, that one is really cute. Isn't it called like Don't Say It? Something like that. For her I Won't Say I'm in Love song. Yes, Mari 945 has some really cute stuff. As far as the actual like licensed Disney art, I'm sorry to say I have not been impressed by any of it yet. It just isn't, it hasn't been, for me. It's very, very cute and it's very, very nostalgic, but sometimes I feel like it's just not the right piece maybe for a diamond painting. It's a lot of color blocking, and I know I will not like that. So there haven't really been any of the official Disney merch that I've been, dying to get my hands on. Refuse an offer. That's right. That's right. Sarah Mustafa. Yeah, Sarah Mustafa has some really good ones as well. Um, it's like you know what it's supposed to be, but it's just slightly different enough that yeah, there's some good ones by Sarah Mustafa. Margaret has a really fantastic set of Disney princesses, which I don't think Diamond Art Club will ever license, but you can buy them as like postcards or whatever on her website, which if you'd like to live dangerously, I invite you to go check out her main website. Because there are some really, really cute princesses, Disney princesses on there. She's also got amazing Ghibli fan art and all kinds of things. Let's see. Next question. What? Let's see. Which artist is your favorite for whimsical fairy tale art? Whimsical fairy tale. I mean, I'm always going to be a sucker for Amy Brown, mostly because um it's very nostalgic for me. Like I think of early internet image search days where, I would end up on Amy Brown art rabbit hole, and I just have always loved her fairies. Um they're not my favorite things to diamond paint, honestly. For reasons various, but typically because the background is all one color and that's almost always a light or white color. Yikes. Um, Whimsical fairy tale. Petner obviously is always a solid choice for whimsical. Um, I think there's a lot of whimsy in Yume pieces. And there are some Yume pieces that like this one, which is actually based on Princess Mononoke, but um, just a lot of fun, a lot of like naughty Space Void. I want that diamond painting so freaking bad. I don't even like cats that much in diamond painting. I like cats just fine in reality, but um but I really love that piece because it's got the little space cat, and it's got this fish like floating around in its belly, and it's adorable. Very whimsical, very, very fun, cute type stuff. Butter D, also cute, whimsical fairy tale. Molly Harrison is a good, yep. Maragona Suli, Toshia San. Ooh, good, good. Yep. Yep. Runa Maruti. Yes. Agree. Definitely agree. All solid options. Very solid choices. Stephanie Marie. Would love to see more from Stephanie Marie. Hint, hint, Diamond Art Club. Do a little more Stephanie Marie up in there. We've only got 2 pieces from her. We need more. Definitely. Not that Diamond Art Club is listening or watching, but hey, somebody who is connected might be. Tell them we want more Stephanie Marie. Would ya? You never know. Rachel Ray pops in every now and again, randomly. There could be a random sneak peeker watching. Who knows? Um, what is your favorite black and white or limited palette artist piece? A limited palette artist piece. Soul of the Storm comes to mind only because most of it is in grayscale, and then you've got this like burst of color from the raindrops and the puddle around her, and it uses color in such a way that is very, very, very moving. And I think that's why I love it. Yes, obviously it has more than just a limited or black and white palette, but most of what the painting is black and white. It's the color that is being used to speak a message, and I love that. Lost Oasis. Okay. Oh, you're green on green on green. Yes, I do enjoy that one as well. That's a green palette, just green. I've got plenty of blue pieces I could probably speak on. Holy crap. Um, of the ones that I've done that are blue, like limited color palette blue, I would say my favorite is definitely Divide of Attraction, the limited color palette, but it was gorgeous. The finish is beautiful. I absolutely loved working on that piece from Captured by Radiance. That one is by Rose Prophet Creations, but she was beautiful too. I loved working on her. And I mean, then ouch, bump my elbow. You've also got your Ennis stuff, your Christopher Lovell stuff, like another one I really enjoyed working on with a limited color palette, which I don't do very often. But that was, if I can find a picture, maybe Apples. That had a very limited kind of color palette. I enjoyed that one very much too. Although I had to get into an argument with somebody online about how that was not Baphomet. It wasn't the devil. I'm like, no, sir. I you're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong and why that's not Baphomet, but you know, um, it's okay. Sometimes people have a limited education or understanding about pagan icons, or I mean even satanic icons for that matter. But it wasn't his fault. He just didn't have the education on it. It's okay. We're not mad at him. Um, let's see. Who's your favorite artist for florals and botanicals? Flowers and botanicals. Um, I have a piece, Little Lizard Garden. I'm really, really, really looking forward to working on. And it has lots of botanicals. It's all succulents and whatnot that someday I will finally get around to working on. I love that piece. I really, really do. Peggy Collins also has several uh, floral or botanical pieces that I would love to own. White lotus, black lotus, succulent. Love those because I've always loved a stained glass look to a piece anyway. And those are really, really beautiful. Anybody else that I can think of for florals and botanicals? Like I said, Sandra Bergeron gives good landscape and flowers. Would love to see a Georgia O'Keeffe in diamond painting. We're not. Nope. Nopey, nope, nope. T.S. Larking. Oh, okay. Interesting. Like I said, I tend toward staying away from landscapes and landscape kind of adjacent things only because I burned myself out pretty hard on that when I first started diamond painting. It was the only thing I had access to. And once I realized that I just love a pretty lady doing things, that's kind of where my wheelhouse ended up, you know? The T.S. Larking's a good one. Let's see. Artist for my mushroom and my sunflower. Oh, got you. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your weird mushroom. The sunflower is really beautiful too. You and your weird veiny mushrooms dripping with jewels in a subtly sexual way. A little weird, but that's all right. I won't judge you too harshly. Slightly. You'll be judged, but just not hard. All right, let's see. Mm, who's your favorite artist? I'm sorry, what's your favorite artist rendering you've seen improve with newer kits? An artist whose renderings have improved over time. Um, well, I mean, no shade on any person who does renders because I'm sure it's not an easy job to try and make a piece look good in pixelated fashion, right? Um, and I feel like there are some artists that the renderings are always spot on, and then there are artists whose renderings do not look great for some reason. And some of it could be down to, um, certain pieces might not actually work as diamond paintings. And then once you've licensed the piece, it's like, well, now I got to try and make it work. And I'm going to agree with Jamie. Yes, I won't read that out loud, but I will agree with you, Jamie. If you're in the chat and you can read what Jamie said, that right there. Um, I can say generally, that Jaded Gem Shop's renderings, generally over time for all artists has improved. The older stuff, the older renderings were very simplified, oversimplified, and I feel like Jade has come a long way in what her expectations are from a render. And I think that her renders only continue to get better and better and better. And yeah, she uses a different renderer from time to time. Sometimes it's just her doing all the rendering. And so uh kudos, because they've improved, and it is a notable improvement over time, because the difference between like even Owl Sorceress from Aphrodite is massive. Yeah, we're all agreeing with Jamie. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. If you're watching the replay, yeah, go read Jamie's comments. Let's see. Okay, sorry, I'm just reading some of the questions ahead. Uh, who's your favorite artist for realistic art conversions? So a more realistic artist, which is not always something that I gravitate towards, just real heavy realism. Um, uh, Gosh, I think Sarah Richter does a really good job of realism in artwork, even though it's fantasy, right? But it looks realistic, and the renders for it shockingly turn out well as well. Anybody else know of any like artists whose realistic artwork is good? I'm probably forgetting someone. I know I am, because like I don't tend to buy a lot of realistic artwork, so that's probably on me. I'm sure there's dozens. I just don't tend to buy realistic stuff. Oh, Stanley Morrison, even though his dragons, right, they're not they're fantasy, obviously, but he does a really good job of making them look real, and also fantasy, because they're like also a mixed drink because they're sitting in a glass or whatever. But even the glass, the drink inside of the glass, it all looks very realistic. Anna Dittman. Ooh, Anna Dittman. Yeah. Realistic while also being very fantastical. Leoba. Yeah, she's got some very realistic pieces. She's also got some very high fantasy pieces. Anybody but Steve Sundrum. Sorry. Light shade. I don't need a piece to have 1.5 million dolphins and fish and turtles that are beached, along with a dolphin who's about to biff it on a rock because it's jumping up out of the water. Like, very confusing artwork. Yeesh. Let's see. What? Oh no. Okay. What's your favorite piece from Hannah Lynn? Anyone? Oh, that new artist, the one who drew the tea set. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. I like those. Favorite Hannah Lynn piece, anybody? I'm not I'm not a huge fan. Uh for a scat of reasons, but it's just not really my art style. I don't tend toward really, really humongous big-eyed girls. Like, I like a big-eyed girl, don't get me wrong. I'll buy some big-eyed girls, but that's a little too big and cartoony for my vibe. Like, I don't little too cartoony, like coloring pages style art, and it's just not something that I'm interested in diamond painting. There's one piece that, I enjoyed it, and would maybe diamond paint it if I had the piece and it ended up like at my house somehow for free or inexpensive. And that's I think it's called poinsettia something. I like the pinks. I think that the pinks were really pretty in it, but aside from that, the one with the girl that has big eyes. Yeah, most little girl women. Eh. Cat sandwich party for the realism one. Yeah. Cat sandwich party. Um, yeah. I'm not. Seems like many are not super big Hanlon fans. It's just not my jam. Sorry if it's your jam. I just don't want to butter my bread with it. Doesn't mean you don't have to. You're not allowed to. Is that too broad? So all of them. Um, let's see. Which artist do you think has the best color palette? Ooh. Ooh, that's hard. I do love a Geneva Bowers color palette. There is something about that mixture of like yellow into purple, like yellow into orange into purple that I adore about Geneva Bowers color palettes. She does that purple, yellow, orange kind of combo so beautifully in almost all of her pieces. It's not in every piece, but it's in most of them. You see that yellow and purple sunset kind of colors really seems to be her kind of bread and butter, and I love it. Love it. There's something fun about the crickets. Oh, you hear crickets? I don't have any crickets in here. Oh, crickets about, yeah. No shade to anyone who's, just not my cup of tea. Yeah. Yeah. Um, there's a lot of fun inside of Mrs. Butter D color palettes in the way that they're almost a monotonous while not at all being monotonous color palette. Like I love people who do I got bored one night and I was sort of like went down on a deep dive on coloring pages and people who do color pages. And there are people who, they'll do a picture, but it's only in tones of blue or it's only in tones of purple. It very much has that vibe for Mrs. Butter D, and I really like that. It's fun where it's just everything has a pink hue or an orangey hue or a yellowy hue, but I definitely have to say that like as far as color palettes go, Geneva Bowers has my heart every time. Every single time. Abby's going with Butter D. Yeah. Yep. And I think too, I don't know that I've ever met a Chrysabug color palette that I didn't love in some way or another. It's just a very different vibe, I think. Um, yeah. Those are going to be the two answers for me. Geneva Bowers and Mrs. Butter D, I think are really excellent artist color palettes. Mm-hmm. Um, oh, here we go. Here we go, Abby. Here's yours. Who's your favorite artist for mythology inspired art? Oh, Bear Brick Gia, Sujin. Hi. Welcome. Bear Brick Gia also has some really fantastic color palettes. I have to agree with you on that. Love her color palettes. Good stuff. There's only been a couple of hers where I'm like, questionable, but happens very rarely. Dog hair in there. It was weird too because it was a Bowie hair, which doesn't happen very much. Yep. Jamushka for Noelle, Chrisabug, and Margaret. Yeah. Yep. Beautiful pieces of, mythology inspired, especially from Chrisabug. I've really enjoyed them. Um, I don't think that there's a piece by Chrisabug that was mythology inspired that I didn't love. That doesn't mean that I necessarily love it in a diamond painting every time, but always love the piece itself prior to render or sometimes even post render, depends on the render. But I do love a good Chrisabug mythology piece. Okay, now here's a question. Which is your favorite Chrisabug and or Margaret mythology inspired piece? And trends. Yeah. Was chatting with the boyfriend, but I'm here now. Well, welcome, Sujin. Tell your boyfriend that he's lame and go away. I'm just kidding. Or maybe I'm not, but either way, tell me he's lame. Go away. Gosh. It's time to hang out with me. Crying out sideways. My favorite mythology inspired. I love Margaret. I love them. We all know that. I love all of them. I can't pick, so I won't pick, but I can pick out of Chrisabug's for mythology inspired. And I think for my favorite piece from Chrisabug that is mythology inspired, Goddess of Healing Waters was just honestly a beautiful piece to work on. And while yes, there's a lot of blue in it, it's also got a lot of greens and um it this was a beautiful piece, very blue, but it was almost, this isn't really showing it, but there was a lot of greens, like teal greens in there, blue greens in there too. Summer solstice, all of that yellow color blocking sucked, but I love the piece. I love it. And like outside of diamond painting, I really love what is it? Iris and diamond painting. I don't own it though. I think it's Iris. Isn't that what that one's called, Melissa? The one that you did? Is that Iris? Iris? Oh, the Fates. Yes, the Fates. Favorite completed one is Underworldly Romance. If you know, you know. And not completed, Persephone by Roy Trin. Toy Trin. Yes. Everybody loves a good Toy Trin. Persephone by Roy Trin is stunning. Don't own it. Wish I did. Maybe someday, but likely not anytime in the near future. It is beautiful. Equinox, also equally lovely, by Ashley Cassidy. But the Fates by Chrisabug are also good. Dark Lilith by Margaret Morales, so badass, gorgeous, and I'm a big fan of black. I just love that image. Yeah, Alondra. I agree. Toy Trin. Go get your Toy Trin. Gotta love it when autocorrect makes you look silly. It does to me a lot, a not small portion of the time. All right, let's see. Iris, yes, but it was, what's her name? I can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. Um, Ooh, okay. What's your favorite artist for statement piece wall art? Your favorite artist for statement piece wall art. Ooh, Solstice. I forgot about Solstice, not Summer Solstice, Solstice, Chris a Bug, but Solstice by Christopher Lovell. Oh my gosh, that's a gorgeous piece too. I almost forgot that for mythology. And I think she's a tiefling. I don't know, but she's smexy and naked and sitting in a field of flowers. I'm trying to find the picture. Come on, where's she hiding at? Come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna find you. Seriously, I don't even remember when I did it. Was it last year? Yeah, it was. Here we go. Solstice by Christopher Lovell. Gorgeous piece. Statement pieces. Freya by Chris Bug. Which Freya? The one that you're working on or the one that Noelle is working on? Because there's two Freyas. The redhead or the white-haired chick? Statement pieces. I love Color Out of Place. I think that Try to Follow or Surreal Blues or any piece by Color Out of Place is kind of a statement piece. But I think the one besides those that I've done that I feel would be an excellent statement piece is probably Grand Canal and Basilica Venice. This piece, it's humongous, it's colorful, it's gorgeous, it's just this one was a favorite to work on. And I think it's a really good statement piece, though anything by Color Out of Place, because that's Leon Devonici, anything by Color Out of Place works as a statement piece, I feel like. Meredith Dillman. Dillman. Don't think I'm familiar with Meredith Dillman. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down to look up also. Meredith, I'm bouncing stuff. Dillman, because I'm trying to write. Art by Julia, duck art. Oh, I actually like enough to want to hang on the wall. Cool. And you think those would be good statement pieces? What's the statement? Just like not trying to be a shithead. I mean, like actually, what would your what's the statement for you in those pieces? Is it like just I enjoy a little bit of whimsy and fun, or is it something else? They are very cute. I'm not shading on the ducks, I promise. I voted for them, and I the only reason that I didn't purchase them myself is because I knew with all the color blocking, I would finish them so fast that it just wasn't economically a wise purchase for me because I love them. I think they're adorable, really, really fun, and just, yeah, very cute. Oh, that's who did the iris one. Oh, right. That wasn't a Chris Bug. But I feel like Chris Bug has done an iris. Oh, she has, but nobody's released it yet. Unless Jade did and I just completely am spacing it, which is possible. That's right. I don't know why I thought that was Chris Bug. You finally remembered. Fair. All right. Let's see. Um, which artist do you wish released more diamond painting, or that there were more diamond paintings from this artist released. Um, I will start off by saying that I'm actually kind of relieved that they don't do more Margarets. One, because my wallet could never afford. Um, if they started dropping Margarets the way that they drop Yume's, I would be in big trouble. Really, really big trouble. And just have no money and just be sad all the time. So I'm grateful that they don't put out more and more Margarets, but simultaneously, I really do want more Margarets. It's a terrible problem to have. Uh, that said, I wish that we saw more pieces from um, the Lavender Witch, which I believe is AI, but it's AI that looks like watercolor, so I kind of love it. Um, I'd also love to see. Mm, I'd love to see more variety in the butter D's that we have been getting. I'd like to see a different, like, kind of variety of her artwork besides just like cute little witches and whatnot. I think she has so many different types of pieces of just different kinds of, like, the fairies, the zodiacs, the, whatnot. So I'd like to see some more of those. Um, Stephanie Marie, as I said before, it would be nice to see some more of her stuff. I don't own any, but they're very cute. One a year is unacceptable. Hold on a minute. Yeah, Stephanie Marie, one a year is unacceptable. Camilla de Erico. Yes, I would love to see more Camilla de Erico as well. Sujin, she is one of my all-time favorite artists, and we haven't had a piece since Soul of Storm. And that is a tragedy. That is a tragedy. I think she's been busy. She is she's working with like a Japanese little, like, kawaii mini, like, mystery, um like, not mystery, blind box, little chibi figures. She's been working with a company on those, and I don't know if that's the reason that we haven't seen more work from her. I mean, she has plenty of pieces, and we voted on plenty of pieces. Same with Stephanie Marie. We voted on plenty of pieces. Where the heck are they? Their names are hard to spell. That's fair. Berbergia. Sujin's just making up names now. Hey, at least I know what she's talking about. I got them. I figured them out. We're on the same wavelength, Sujin and I. And like, even Berbergia, it would be nice to see a little more. But then again, my wallet will cry because, like, Camilla, I would like to collect her pieces. I love all of them. Of, like, the people. I don't necessarily need like little animals like the axolotl. I don't need that. But the girls, I do really love those and would like to see more of those. More Trin, yeah. Sarah Mustafa, yeah. A lot of these artists we haven't seen in a long time. Uh, who's your favorite comfort artist? The artist that always makes you happy to work on. Comfort artist. Well, I mean, again, the obvious answer is always going to be Margaret Morales for me on these types of things, always. But I have never been sad working on a Mrs. Butter D ever. Even even with Catch Me, which had tons of color blocking, I was not upset to work on. It was around, I powered through it, the end. So not even mad about it. Would honestly work on it again. If I had it twice, I'd work on it twice. I don't know that I've ever been sad picking up a Mrs. Butterdee and working on it. I've never left a Camilla de Erico sitting too long. When I got started on it, it was like bam, 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 bam. Get that done. Be happy with it, you know. I've been waiting for some more Christopher Lovell. Yes, Alondra would like to also see some more Christopher Lovell, and not just the Krampus that we've been promised for how long? Sugar, do not start, young woman. Not just the Krampus that we've been promised, but like other stuff from Christopher Lovell, like the third Gorgon, Medusa's other sister. There's Medusa and something and something. My brain is not up to trying to remember the names right at the moment, but you know who I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Those would like to see more of those. I would like to see more of those. Any, really. Or just more of Christopher Lovell, like, you know, shirtless and in pictures. I'd be cool with that too. Who is your comfort artist to work on? Come on, I know you guys got answers. Tell me your comfort artists. I don't know how anybody could be sad working on those ducks, the Art by Julia ducks. I think that that would be kind of an impossible one to be sad about. Who else? The Puffy Gators. I feel like it would be really Jamushka. I think it would be really hard to stay sad while you're working on Jamushka. You know, Make a Murphy. I love working on her stuff as well. Love it. I've never been sad. Arista Katie is another one. Oh, who was the artist that did Teffy? Oh, what's the name? The artist that did Teffy. All my diamond paintings are comfort. Okay, that's fair. Teffy was Bear Brick Gia is another one. I don't know how I would be sad working on any of her pieces. Color Out of Place. I've never been sad working on any of their pieces. Erica the Goober. I don't know how you could be sad working on her pieces. Oh, Emily Jarige. That's another one. I don't know how you could be sad working on those. Camilla de Erico. Yeah. I think Serendipity, the artist. She hasn't been around since Art and Soul. That's who I need to figure out where in the heck she's been at. Kettner's. I don't know how you could be sad working on a Kettner. Shirtless Lovell. And on that note, I have to go, babes. I'll see you all at the Saturday. Oh, bye, Alondra. We'll see you Saturday night. Chrissa Bug is also very hard to work on and be sad, you know? Yeah. I'm just flipping through. I'm like, I'd just be happy working on any of these. Ivy Dollamore. I don't know how I could be sad working on an Ivy. Or obviously a Margaret. Any of them. Serious question. If a piece makes you sad, why would you work on it? And as a serious answer, I think that there is a time and place for that emotion while diamond painting. I know that when, okay, so for instance, I'm recording for a passion project, which is taking a very long time, but it's because when I work on the painting itself and the subject matter that I'm talking about having to do with my childhood, it opens a lot of emotional wounds. And I think that processing through some of those more negative emotions, even with when diamond painting is really important. I think that when I work on Soul of the Storm, the painting itself is not like the working on the painting, the act of diamond painting on it is not what makes me sad. It's the stuff that I'm thinking about or processing while painting it. Um, I think is necessary sometimes if you use diamond painting for that sort of processing. Now, if you don't, then of course you wouldn't want to work on something that makes you sad. It wouldn't be useful to a person. But as I try to dive a little bit deeper into the therapeutic aspects of diamond painting, I think that there is a time and place for sadness, for grief, for fear, for um, anger, frustration, lots of those things, and not just in the act of diamond painting. I don't think that those are good reasons to diamond paint. Like if something is really pissing you off because of the quality or, whatever, no, you shouldn't work on it. I had a piece that made me a little sad, but I got through it. The canvas and the sadness. Oh, okay. Maybe it matches your mood. Yeah. And there's that too. Like sometimes you end up working on a piece and it matches whatever mood you're in at the time. But I don't think it's a stupid question by any stretch of the imagination. Um okay, least favorite. Do some least favorites before we go. Who is your least favorite artist to work on? Maybe it's too hard or it's not your style or an artist like your least favorite artist you wouldn't work on and why? What reason? Um I have zero interest in working on a Spangler. I think even if I was gifted one, I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't work on one to give as a gift. It's not my cup of tea. It isn't. Um, I just don't have any particular interest. Like there've been a couple of Lorenzes that have caught my eye, but generally I know I'm never gonna work on a Spangler. I just won't. I don't care for the art style and sure, I suppose on a pixelated level, I could ignore what's in front of me, bigger picture, just to focus in on the diamond painting, but they also seem very simplistic, and that does not sound like a lot of fun to me. J Wall or Helcorio, simply because the color counts. Fair. Lorenz, just not my type of art. J Wall, Spangler. Yeah, I feel like J Wall's art is gorgeous, but it's polarizing because of the amount of colors or detail that it has to have in it and therefore size. And I think that Spangler and Lorenz are very polarizing artists as well, where theirs is just kind of a love it or hate it sort of situation. It's either for you or it's not. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's some people that Margaret is not for them. I call those people weirdos, but hmm, nothing wrong with not liking something if that's not what you like. Fine. Okay. Least Oh, here we go. Which artist do you think doesn't translate well into diamond painting? Well, I think in some respects, J-Wall. It's got to be a specific size. It's got to be a certain amount of colors because of just the amount of detail in the work. But as for like things that don't render in well, I think a lot of the really high detail pieces, because you have to have a really good artist, like renderer artist, to be able to see the piece all the way through to completion, where it's not going to look like garbage in the render at the end. And that takes a very special artistic skill and style to do. And so some places, like, they do a computer render and it's like, okay, I accept that. And sometimes you do, you just have to accept the computer render because a hand renderer just could never pull it off. And there's plenty of artists out there that that's definitely the case, where it's just like leave it in the hybrid. Ooh, bounced you. I think sometimes there's plenty of artists that I feel this way about, you know. I'll put this back up because I gotta change out my putty. No Chuck Pinson for me. Hannah Lynn, Molly Harrison, J Wall, just not my style. Yeah, it's fair. That's definitely fair. But as for like specific artists that I don't think um translate well into diamond painting, I think that it's more about, is that artist going to translate better into a hand render or a computer hybrid render? And as long as the company that's working with that artist understands that about them and knows what pieces will translate best into what specific, you know, style, then otherwise it's like, that one's probably best you just leave it alone, you know? Um, oh, hot take. Which artist's work is your least favorite to see over and over and over again? I have one. If you're in voice chat ever with me, you already know who it is. And it's just more or less because that artist's style is not my style, and I don't particularly care for the artwork. I don't want to throw any particular artists under the bus under the butt. I don't want to throw any artists under the butt. Ever. But I think that art is very subjective, and people like what they like, and it's clear that this particular artist is you know, their art is liked, and so they're successful, and that's good. But Sujin says Peggy. I mean, and no shade, no shade at all. I'll go ahead and say a name. I'll name names, fine. I'm not a fan of Emma Casey. It's not. I I don't care for it. The end. Um, like I said, obviously there are people that like her just fine. She's at a lot of shops, a lot of shops, but she's not my style, and that's okay. She doesn't have to be everybody's style. There are some things about even like Peggy Collins that I really do get tired of looking at. I don't need to see a different stained glass version of every animal breed, every dog breed, every cat breed ever. That's not for me, you know? Um, I will not. That follows along with the next question. Uh, what's your least favorite artist that feels overhyped in the community? Moving on. Oh, let me sip this. Let me sip this not tea. Hmm. What's your least favorite Disney inspired or Disney art? piece in diamond painting. Can I be honest? I hated, absolutely hated the I think it's I don't know the name of the piece. You're gonna know what it is when I name it. It's the tangled one where they're sitting in the boat with the lanterns. The render did not work for me. And that is one of my favorite movie scenes ever. And I did not care for the way that it ended up looking. I think it either needed to be smaller or larger, something. Something was off and I didn't like it. And yeah, the princess castles. Oh no, the princess castles. Why I like diamond paintings. There's always a style for you. You don't have to like them all. That's very true. Very, very true, Jamie. Melissa Hanlon. And those castles, yeah, they were not my favorite things. Because they were very clearly like stylized versions of the castles, like the princess castles, and I think they kind of even tried to like take the princesses like personalities into the design, and it just didn't translate for me. Um, but you know, I'm also very, 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 very picky about the kind of Disney art that I want to work on because I'm not interested in working on something that craps all over my childhood or my children's childhood, you know, with regard to like Tangled or whatever. Um, let's see. I'm just reading through. Um, who's your least favorite artist? Who's your least favorite artist for animals, realistic or cartoon, etc.? I'm gonna tell you, those furry animals. And yes, I realize all animals are furry. The ones that are specifically like furry community furries animals, by Christina Six Leaf Yogurt. Six Leaf Clover Yen, that we've seen in voting disturb me like on a level I can't even describe. I would like those to not be diamond paintings. I don't know who voted on them. I don't know who even turned them in to be voted on, but yikes. Christina Yogurt. That's her name from now on. Christina Yogurt Yen. Well, I don't yen those freaking furries animals. Uh-uh. Nah. All right, what time are we at? 9:28. All right, one more question and then we will call it an evening. Um let's go. What's your least favorite artist canvas you would never repurchase? Uh my least favorite artist canvas I would never repurchase. Well, not if it was in the generation 1 canvases. I will never purchase another early gen Curtis Reykjavik of any kind ever again. And certainly Sarah, the Labyrinth inspired Curtis Reykjavik, I would never repurchase that again because the render, the colors, it does not translate to a diamond painting. Period. End of story. For a long time, I didn't realize those were the same artists as the cute dragons. Yeah, Jamie. The realistic animals doing human things, like a bear shitting on a toilet. Yeah. I think those are Leon Da Vinci, honestly. The artist for Grand Canal and Basilica of Venice. I think he's the one that did the bear crapping on the toilet. Pretty positive. But I guess, you got to do whimsical things or you'll lose your mind. But like, damn, did it need to be a bear crapping on a toilet? Probably not. All right, y'all. Nope, I read that. I am going to call it an evening and mosey my booty on over to Discord. And I hope that some of you will do the same. Come and hang out in the Discord and, chill with us. I will keep going on this here Dreaming with Wolves. I'm getting so close to done, and I've finally got both figures basically finished. I just have this much of the wolf left to do, and then he's done in the background. Still looking forward to it. But otherwise, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Like I said, hope to see you in Discord, and if not, I will see you next Saturday on the live or keep watching the videos. Please don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Every little bit helps. And as ever, I hope that wherever you are in this great, big, wide, wonderful world of ours, that you are having a wonderful morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Good night. Bye. 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 Bye.